Welcome forward to day 17 of our reflections on St. Joseph, and we're now officially over halfway through our reflections. Yesterday's reflection was called Joseph Most Just, and we use that reflection to sort of further develop our understanding of the virtues of them being the golden medium of two extremes. And today's theme is Joseph Most Chaste. And you would normally hear Mary having that title, particularly in the litany of Mary of Loreto. So it's Mary Most Chaste, and we're used to hearing that. And yet now we've got this concept of a man, Joseph, having that title, Most Chaste. So he's chaste more than any other man that walked on the earth apart from Jesus. And so I want you to reflect on, first of all, what does the word chaste means? And again, if we had a world full of men and women, but people that were committed to being chaste, how would the world be different from what it is now? I also want you to compare the word chaste to celibacy, which people get confused. So I want you to think about that rather than me discuss it here. Now, what I do want to do is try to get you to think about the virtues more and about decision making. And again, if we were looking at the diagram we were looking at yesterday and you added chaste to that diagram, where would it go? So I'm just going to briefly show you where I would put it. And again, without going into this in too much detail, but you can see it there below at the bottom in the middle. So you can pause the video and give that some thought or some thinking. So again, because it's in the middle there, it's the golden medium of two extremes. So what are those two extremes? Again, I'll let you go away and research that yourself. But because it was in the middle, and above the diagram we talked about most just, and that justice sits in the middle as well. And that was all about giving God and your neighbour their due, and hopefully you've gone away and given that some thought. And therefore, being chaste in terms of their marriage, Joseph was being most just because he was giving Mary the utmost respect, having the relationship with the utmost respect and dignity, and therefore he was giving God his due, but he was giving Mary his due by being chaste. And again, it reminds me of a reflection we had a few days back about potentially Mary and Joseph being mirror images of each other, in particularly within the virtues. And again, you've got Mary most chaste and Joseph most chaste. And that's why, again, you're going back to a previous reflection, like the happiest, holiest couple that has ever been. And it's that mirror image again, which we're going to pick up on at later reflections. Now, just before moving on, I actually want to talk about this giving God his due and giving Mary her dues and so forth. And actually, it's in the basics of just day-to-day living. We can give people their dues by just in our day-to-day living, where we find God, where we find love, where we find respect, in just all the day-to-day little things that we do. The ordinary things that we do, if we can do extraordinarily well, which St. Joseph did, then we are giving people their dues. Now, I just want to finish off with a bit of a fact. And again, using the book, the theme does talk about the marriage, which is the link between being chaste within a marriage, which again is a challenge to modern day society. But it talked about the marriage in terms of it highlighted the fact that the holy ring still exists, and that the ring that Joseph gave Mary still exists, and you can go and see it somewhere. So I'm going to leave you with that fact. And again, like the House of Loretto, I would like to think that one day, God willing, I will be able to visit and see the Holy Ring as well. So lots to think about, and we'll see you tomorrow. God bless.